Yeah, so, it's always tough to win on the road, especially in the SWAC conference. Teams know each other. Of course, we played Texas Southern last year. So we knew it would be a tough, physical ball game, very similar to the game that we fell in last week to Prairie View. So it was good to get the guys up. Thought we played hard. Defense really kept us in the ball game a lot. Isaac here had a big interception early in the game. Just kept us in it. Made some good field goal kicks by my young freshman kicker, Eichner. Needed him to bounce back. He had a rough week the week before. And then at the end of the game, Juwan Howell, a guy that transferred to us this year, we knew that going with Santo early, our smaller, quicker back, felt like we go with a big back at the end. And then offensive line, we had some holding penalties that we got to clean up. He was able to run physical downhill. So it was a tough SWAC game. Texas Southern played great, gave us everything that we had. Right at the end, could have went either way. So these are the type of games that we have to learn how to win, and we're still learning how to be a really good team. And I think this should give us that confidence that we were in close games. You got to win some of those close games. We didn't get it done last week, so it's good to go on the road and get a SWAC win. We don't take that for granted. We know that wins are hard to come by in this conference, especially when we're playing each other.
You just mentioned something about your transfers in. How are they been a cohesiveness with what you already have in the program? How those guys are now helping out and moving the team forward instead of just being stagnant?
Yeah, we're still putting a good team together. We know it's hard to do it after 5 games here, so it's tough to get it going. But I've been on teams that had a lot of great players and wasn't a great team. So we're trying to get all of these talented players to come together, love each other, care about each other, and become a great team. So that takes time, and we're building it. Guys like Juwan, after we lost last week in Prairie View, he was one of those guys in the locker room that spoke up and said, "Hey guys, let's get this together." No arguing, no bickering. So for a guy that's only been here four games to step up and say that, and I think he had 2 carries last week. And so unselfish guy, and he knows when it's his time. He's going to play. We got a talented backfield with Merritt. Merritt had 140 yards last week, so we don't know who's going to be that guy week to beat. But we need those veteran guys like him. A graduate student, made all A's in the spring, in the summer, in his grad program. Expect him to do the same thing this fall. So this is a guy that when he can come in and insert himself, and then also do it on the field, it just gives everybody a lot of confidence in their teammates.
Late in the third quarter and going into the fourth, you all were able to do what you need to do as far as putting the ball on the ground and running it and not allowing TSU to get back out on the field offensively.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing. We know Body. We know what type of quarterback he is. We know that he can score fast. They still had 3 timeouts. So, sometimes the best defense is good offense. We running the football. Once we got the lead, let's take the air out the tires on the bus, and let's try to slow the thing down. And just some terrific runs going down the stretch by Howell that really kept us in the game like that.
Coach, what went into the decision to go with a more physical back in the second half of the game?
Yeah, I think once you kind of get those guys spread out, Santo brings a different dimension. He was an SIAC Player of the Year, another transfer kid from Morehouse, graduate student, fitting in well. And I think at some point you just got to button up your chin strap and just go man-on-man football. And so we feel like we can be big and physical. I think my offensive line is sometimes too physical and nasty. A lot of those holding calls because they're trying to pancake guys and stuff like that. We can clean that up. But it's aggressive penalties, and so that's what I like. But we just got to clean it up to slow the game down. We know the physical part of the game, and we got a big fullback in Creech and big guys like this. We can run the football. We're gonna run it.
Coach, teams cherish the most dominant wins, but they detest the ugly wins. And this game was an example of you guys pushing through the ugly wins. And as you mentioned before, defense played a key part. How were you guys able to adjust defensively as the game went on?
Yeah, so to me, it's funny you say that, and my guys will tell you we never apologize for winning. So to me, there's no such thing as an ugly win because I'm not going to get up here. If we lose and score 50 points, it's still going to be a loss. So we never going to apologize for winning. So it's a beautiful win. All wins are beautiful. It's hard to win in this league, and we'll take every one of them. We win every one of them ugly, we'll be the SWAC champ. And so, but it was great to see the guys. We're learning how to win. And so these are the type of games that we have to be in, and we have to be able to make those plays in the fourth quarter. We practice 4 minutes all the time, running out the clock, staying in bounds, not getting penalties on offense, all those things it takes to close out a game. And to see the guys do it today, that makes me feel good as a coach that the things we're working on gets us there. Defensively, Body, he's in his second year. Is only getting better. He's better than the quarterback last year. His third and fourth year, and even the rest of this year is going to be. He's an all-conference type guy, in my opinion. So we had to make those adjustments. They were running the inside zone and handing off. He makes really good decisions. He rides at the back a long time. So sometimes we started focusing on him, and then the back would get it loose from us. And then other times, he would pull it. So he's just a smart quarterback. I watched him play when he's down in Corpus, and have a lot of respect for that guy. And he's a person that you have to stop if you're going to try to stop TSU.
Coach, what were some of the keys for your defense in the fourth quarter to be able to limit those guys trying to make the drive to go up on you?
Yeah, we started bringing a little bit more pressure. And, one thing, we haven't had a lot of sacks this year, so it's good to see guys bringing pressure. Of course, when you bring pressure, you got to have that cover on the back end. And we had one of those situations last week we gave up a big touchdown to Prairie View at the end of the game. So I thought Ryan Lewis, our defensive coordinator, did a great job of mixing it in and showing pressure, maybe coming out, not being robotic. You can see Body when we show something, he's looking to the sideline, he's checking. So hey, they watch tape too, and so it was a chess game. I think the fans don't realize at home how much these kids put into a game prep week and how much they have to do besides the physical aspect of it. The mental aspect of the game is real big.
And the two players that you brought with you today, let's talk about their performance in today's game.
Isaac, we have scouts coming out there every week. It's 2 or 3 scouts every week watching them. The sky's the limit. His dad's one of my fraternity brothers. Went to see his dad recruiting up in the Birmingham area, and I asked him when I first got here. I said, "Man, what's your goals?" He told me he wanted to be all conference. I told him that wasn't a big enough goal, and so I think now he realized that he's a guy that can play at the next level. So got his hands on a lot of picks this year, and I told him, "Hey man, they don't pay for knockdowns, they pay for interceptions." So for him to get that first interception of the year, I know he's feel good. I feel good about it, and I think once you get that first one, it's going to click. Jawan, like I talked about him earlier, graduate student, came here from North Alabama, fit in, physical leader, and just been waiting his time, never complained. So you're talking about a guy that got 2 carries last week in the loss, and he's stepping up after the game to tell us, hey, man, let's stick together, let's focus, and just never complains. You need guys like this. It makes my job easy as a coach, and, love both of these guys a whole lot.
Juwan, how do you feel about the game? Tell us about your feelings.
The game, we had our highs, we had our lows, but we fought through. Like Coach said, we practice 4 minutes all the time. So when we got put in that situation and to see us execute, it made us feel good, made our coaches feel good as well. But we got a couple things to clean up, get back to the drawing board, and get back Sunday, look at the film, make corrections, and just continue to get better so we can keep getting on win after win.
Isaac, let's talk about your contribution. Coach just mentioned that getting that first INT and moving forward and having aspirations to move to the next level.
First thing I'm gonna say, my coaches on the defensive side always preach to doing your job. So I just try to do my job every game, and I was able to come up with a big pick today, and I'm just gonna continue to keep doing my job, and whatever happens, happens.
One last question, Coach.
Coach, big game coming up. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, that's going to be a fun game. And so, thought we was going to get out of here, y'all. I was going to ask you about that. You said one more question. No, that's going to be a fun game. First of all, it's homecoming. So, whenever you have homecoming people coming in, I think people been asking me, they get tickets for the Jackson game. I was like, hey, man, we got 5 games before the Jackson game. So, but it's going to be a lot of fun. The kids going to be up for it, and this is what you live to play for. SWAC football, we know there's some really big games. I played in some big games in this conference with 40, 50,000 people in the stands, Magic City Classic and stuff like that. So I just love that we can have a big game on campus. As we know, Dion, Coach Sanders, he's been doing a great job with that team. They're definitely the class of the league right now. Playing great. So we got to get ready for them. We're going to dress 80. We're going to need all 80 up there ready to play. We're going to need the fans excited. The city's going to be excited. So we'll digest this game, correct our mistakes, start getting into Jackson, and it's going to be a fun week. I'm looking forward to it. And this is why you want to play big games, and I think it's going to be a big game. It should be a lot of fun.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, appreciate it.